Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X. Tonight we are going to be doing documentaries of 2024. Yes, I kind of botched things up. I forgot to put it back on the title card, and yeah, so that is what we are doing. We are doing that documentaries of 2024, and yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with we're gonna have some fun with this one, and this one's going to be relatively short because of the fact that I made a little mistake with the lineup. And I completely forgot to put in the TV shows of 2024, the new show, the new TV shows of 2024. So, with that being said, I had to scrap one of them. It was either this or music. And I really want to do the documentaries because I watched a lot of documentaries this year. And music, I don't know. I did listen to a lot of music too and everything like that. And instead of picking out my favorites of 2024, I'll probably do something on a separate, on a separate one and everything like that. I don't know. I haven't debated. I really haven't because I haven't the slightest idea. Because it's just like even mentioning the songs, you know, even mentioning the songs, I could probably get like a copyright, you know, claim or something like that. I don't know. I'm not taking any chances. So yeah. So I'm scrapping that one, and I'm gonna try to pencil that in for another time. And so yeah, maybe on the season premiere of Channel X, I'll probably do that. I don't know. And because yeah, we got season premieres coming up in this Thursday. So yeah, I'm not. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. So because there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on, and I'm a busy man. I'm a real busy man. So I gotta. Not to mention, I gotta show off the new. I gotta put the new logo in. I completely forgot to do that. So I'll do that sometime this week. So yeah, we got the new logo coming in too. Yes, sir. So um. So yeah, I hope everybody's had a great weekend and just a couple more days until we say goodbye to 2024. And so yeah, and we got two more shows left. That means we also have two more shows left until we say goodbye to this season of Channel X. And Tuesday night will be our season finale, where not only will we say goodbye to 2024, but we will also say goodbye to the celebrities that we have lost this year that I did not mention at all. And there were a lot of celebrities. And yeah. And then I gotta update I actually have to update it because what happened today, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it on this episode, but yeah, we are going to yeah, got the vocal fry going on there. Mainly because my mouth is so dry, man. And chat's open, so anybody that's in can come in and say hi and share with us your favorite documentary that you watched this year. And it has to, just like it has to be something that came out this year. So it can't be like something that you saw that you haven't seen that you saw this year, but it was dated back in like 2016 or something like that. It's got to be It's got to be this year. It's got to be this year. So yeah, there were some pretty good ones that I saw this year. So and so yeah, I'm glad to have included this into the into the into this. So yeah, this is going to be a huge event week, and so it's one of those things. So yeah, here we go. The document. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be a relatively short episode because I want to try to get some sleep, and but I do want to get this episode out and everything like that. But if you're watching, come in and say hi. I won't bite hard. So got something like friggin' stalling here. I do that. There we go. But yeah. All right. So without further dudes, let's get on with the countdown. Like I said, these are my top favorites that I recommend that everybody should watch. And yeah, this is going to be a really see, I'm already feeling it. So like I said, if there's any documentaries that I have not mentioned on this list, I'd even do any I will say I did not do any um um honorable mentions because they were pretty much all done last minute and I completely forgot to watch them. So that Luigi Mangione documentary I did not watch, and yeah. However, so yeah, like I said, all these documentaries came out this year, and I'll even let everybody know where you can watch them. So yeah, where I watched them at least, but yeah. Okay. Coming in at number 5, want to get this out of the way. Mr. McMahon, and yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, I'm throwing in a wrestling documentary. Um, on Channel X because why not? You know, it's a documentary, and well, technically it's a docu series, so yeah, it's still a documentary. But yeah, this this is going on this is on the list because it was a really good documentary about one Vince McMahon. And so yeah, on my Wrestling Prime show I talked about I pretty much reviewed all the episodes that all 6 episodes that were on there. And yeah, this is a really good documentary. So if you have not watched this, you can watch it now on Netflix, and then you can check it out before. And then once WWE Raw comes in, you'll be able to watch that as well too. So yeah, that's Mr. McMahon, and you can watch that on Netflix. And while you're at it, you can check out number 4 on that's all that you can also stream on Netflix, and that is the Menendez brothers. That one was a really good documentary. Had to do about a lot of the um um like all the stuff that happened that we did not know that involved the Menendez brothers on as to why they did what they did. And of course, everybody knows that the brothers killed their parents um, in the some 30 years ago. And yeah, this was a really big trial of the century of a really big, this was a most watched um, trial. And yeah, this was a really big deal. And, and yeah, um, so and who knows, maybe they'll, and you know what if they, what they did, was it, to me, was it justified? I kind of look at, and I know I am going to throw in an honorable mention because I talked because they had um Gypsy Rose, I think. Well, let me Google. Yeah, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And yeah, there was a documentary at the beginning of this year, at the beginning of this year. And yeah, and yeah, that's an honorable mention. I know I should have put that on the list and everything like that, but I completely forgot about that. But yeah, you know, I mean, she lived a bad lifestyle and everything like that. It was, she was an abusive lifestyle, but I mean, does that really justify her, you know, killing her mother and everything like that? Same thing about the abuse that the Menendez had to had to take from their parents. And it was just horrible. And does that even, is that justification to off their parents? And then it's like, I love my mom and dad, and if they let's just say, for argument's sake, that I was, you know raised in an abusive environment where I was treated just as badly as Gypsy and the Menendez brothers combined. I wouldn't even do that. You know, I would find ways to I would I would find ways to to probably um what can I say, that um I'm trying to think, but like, just come out, just wait until they slip on that banana peel. And and yeah, it'll be something that actually could happen. But you know but we shall see. We shall see. And and never know. Never know. And yeah. But Gypsy, I mean, with the Menendez brothers, though, I mean, I don't know. It's a tough. I don't think there's a right answer to this. I really, you know, I mean, I'm sure the debating, and I know the grandmother wants to see them back home. And you know, and you gotta feel for the grandmother as well too, and everything like that. But I don't know what can be said and done about this, and you know, and they're facing a life sentence too. So and that's got to be really tough on everybody. And then it's like some, and even the family. There's like mixed reactions within the family. Some want the brothers to come home. Some want them to rot in hell and prison and everything like that. And you know, there's no clear way to put this and everything. And it's just tough. It really is. And but yeah, this documentary is really good, and you can definitely check that out on Netflix as well too. So, um, okay, coming in at number three is Quiet on Set. This documentary that you can stream on Max um, is basically everything that was going on with Dan Schneider. He was and I talked about this I talked about this series too. Um, that yeah, this was a really big deal, and you know, there were a lot of victims in this one and everything, and yeah, this was a really um, especially with Drake Bell, you gotta feel for him and everything like that. He's I'm glad um that that he's actually become a better person after all after the the abuse that he endured and everything like that. And you know and it's just sad that 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 you look at these shows, and you grew up with these characters, and you look at them now, and exposing what went on behind the scenes. It's a really tough time and everything like that. So yeah, and Dan Schneider, in you know he's a pathetic loser. He really he destroyed his image. And and it's weird too, because fun fact, he used to be on a sitcom called Head of the Class. When I saw that, I said, oh, so no wonder he looks familiar. I was like, oh, he's the fat kid on Head of the Class. And that was a good show too, but I can't sit and watch it because of the fact, knowing what we know about him. And so yeah, and so you know, but nonetheless, definitely check out this docu series. It's a really good it's a really good series. And so yeah, I highly recommend it. And yeah, and this is something that you will not see on Paramount Plus. You will not. So just just be warned. So okay. Um, Number two is Charlie Hustle and Matter of Pete Rose. This is a documentary chronicalizing the late great Pete Rose, and you know, and his historic baseball career, as well as his controversial um his controversial um period where um he was fired from baseball because of his gambling, because he gambled on the he he gambled in baseball, and he bet against it. He bet against this team, and I believe this is when he was with the Cincinnati Reds. And so yeah, this was a and because of the you know the gambling, he had he is um he has a lifetime ban of ever getting inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. And it's just sad all around. You know, it's sad all around because he had a huge career. He had a really good, he had a pretty good run in his baseball career. But then, it gets ruined with him gambling. I mean, but take a look at all these these players, you know, today are, you know, they've done far more worse, and there's even talks about them getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. You got like the usuals: Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds. All of them. They took steroids and they ruined their career. But their names always get brought up all the time. They get brought up all the time when it comes in time to induct you know to do the class you know to induct them into the year's Hall of Fame. And it's horrible. It's horrible. It's like, if they can get if they can get nominated, um or I mean, because it has to go through a vote. But if they you know are being mentioned to at least vote to nominate them into the Hall of Fame, then then Pete Rose should definitely have a spot in the Hall of Fame, because all he did was gamble. And to me, I don't think that that's a big deal. I don't think that betting in sports is a big is a big deal. It's like a lot of people do that shit. They do. A lot of people do that. You know, but yeah, and it's like you can't bet on your own. You can't bet against your team. And it's like, okay. And it's like, so just instead of reprimanding him, they just said, "That's it. Screw you. You're out of here." And it was like, "You're out of here." I botched it. I botched the umpire. "You're out of here," and I almost knocked my drink. you know. So yeah, I botched it. But still, I don't know, man. I really don't know. And and me personally, and I swear to God, if Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, or Mark McGuire, if one of them or all of them get inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, then I think that there should be a boycott, because that's not fair to Pete Rhodes. And now he just recently passed away not too long ago, and he he should have at least a memory to go in there. And I think I think now is the time to go for him to go in there. But at the same time, I want him to go into the Hall of Fame now. But it kind of sucks because he's not there to say thank you and say how he feels. I just think that that's totally unfair. That you know that the that the that the Major League Baseball Association robbed us of hearing his induction and to hear his induction speech. And I think that's virtually unfair that we'll never get to hear Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose say thank you and say the words. It's about damn time. Now we're now we're never going to hear it because all because he gambled on baseball. You know, again he gambled, he betted against his team, and to me, I don't think that that's a big deal. I really don't. Like I said, baseball players have done far more worse, and look at him. You know, Jose Canseco. Need I say more? Just saying. So, and if that's the case, then yeah, maybe Chris Benoit should be into the WWE Hall of Fame. So, like that's going to happen. I'll reach 100,000 subs before that's ever going to happen. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. So, the Buffalo Bills have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl than Chris Benoit getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. It's true. It's damn true. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the number one documentary, must watch documentary. Oh yeah, and the Pete Rose documentary is you can also watch on Max. But here now is the number one recommendation that you can watch right now. Just recently came out. I believe at the beginning, I mean, near the end of at the beginning of the month. I think either at the beginning of the month or um on the week of Thanksgiving. But nonetheless, I strongly recommend that you watch it. You can stream it now on Max, and also get ready to cry because it's that emotional. And of course, I'm talking about Super Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. This was a damn good documentary. Um, it was a it was a really tough. It was good to see Christopher Reeve on the screen and get to see some never before seen footage of these documentaries. I mean, of like all the behind the scenes stuff from the Superman movies. And yeah, this was a really good documentary, and digging into his personal life, not just him being Superman, and yeah, they treated and when Christopher Reeve died, they literally treated this like 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 Superman actually died. And yeah, this was a really big deal. And this Christopher Reeve documentary is by far one of the best documentaries I have seen in a long time. And yeah, this was really tough to put on the list. And it had this documentary, because there were a lot, the ones I mentioned are also very good, but but this one really 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 um warms your heart. And you know and with Christopher Reeve being, it's good to see him wearing that suit, where I know we've seen him many times in the, we go back and watch those Superman movies, and yeah, it was a, and it's one of those things that oh, excuse me. And it's one of those things that was really really good, you know. And we can look at, at the bad, the bad Superman films that he was in, and we joke around and laugh, and poke fun at Superman 3 and 4. But looking back at them, and I was watching them the other day, shortly after this when shortly after I was watching the documentary, and I was looking at this, and it said, you know what? Looking back at these films, they were really, yeah, they weren't as good as 1 and 2, but you gotta give it, I gotta give them some credit. At least they tried something, and they had characters that, never existed until the until they were included in the comic books. And yeah, so yeah, this was a really big deal. I mean, nobody's heard of Nuclear Man when he was in, you know, no one has heard of Nuclear Man until Superman 4. Now he was in the comic book, in the Superman comics. Then you have this that creepy scene in Superman 3 near the end of the movie, where that woman gets taken by the supercomputer and turns her into this android, like this cybernetic demonic creature, the cybernetic um villain and everything like that. And it was I mean, that shit really, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit really freaked me out. I mean, I'm a young kid in the young kid in the '80s watching this movie, and yeah, this was. But I will say this: when when he got hold of that, that tainted kryptonite, and which turned him evil, which turned him bad. I kind of looked at that, and then when he was fighting his good side of Clark Kent, I kind of looked at that was the closest thing we're ever going to get to seeing Bizarro on the film, on the big screen. And not only that, Brainiac too. But then at the same time, Nuclear Man um was another failed attempt of putting in Brainiac in the film. I mean, because think of, I mean, but but I understand why they went with Nuclear Man, because of the fact that they're talking about nuclear crisis and everything like that, and you know, but it would have been pretty cool seeing, it would have been funny as hell that if there was a Bizarro, and having Christopher Reeve in that makeup, with with like a pale face and everything like that, and just looking, had some like some sort of makeup and everything, and it just makes him look grotesque. And then next thing you know, it was just like because it came close to it because you took DNA from Superman, which was a string of Superman's hair, and yeah, it was a strand of Superman's hair. You put it in there, put a cloth on, put some cloth in there, and then next thing you know, you got and then you put them in an easy bake rocket. There you go. And and yeah, and then out comes Nuclear Man, and it's just like, okay, I guess put him in there, I guess. But but it is what it is, right? But uh, but yeah. But yeah, definitely watch this documentary. This is a really good. Oh, excuse me. This is a really good documentary. I really do. I really do think that. Well, there we go. So, alrighty. Well, there you have it. Though that is my and you can also stream Superman, the Christopher Reeve story on Max right now. Well, that's it. That is it for the documentaries of 2024. But as I said, if you missed anything, if I missed anything, just check it. Put it in the comments section and let us know your favorite documentary of 2024 was that I should be watching, and I'll do my best to give it a look see because I know there's some, but I just didn't watch them. So um, I watched like a couple of others, but they just weren't as good. So I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to push this. But thank you all so much for tuning in today. Like I said, this is a relatively short episode, so yeah, it's giving me a little break because we're gonna have some fun for we're gonna have some, we're just gonna pick things up tomorrow and Tuesday. So yeah, we've got a real busy schedule. So, but thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow me on Blue Sky at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below what was your favorite documentary of 2024. Let us know in the comment section down below. Ringy dingy that bell to stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next and support small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing that you could do for us small streamers like myself, and we will love you for it. We will absolutely love you for it. And but you got to do this one thing. Even if you don't like or comment or ring the bell, there is one thing that you must do, and I will personally love you. And we'll make a documentary about how awesome you are. And it'll be the best ever. And that is face hug that subscribe button. We will see you here tomorrow with the TV shows of 2024. I can't believe I almost forgot to put that in, but um, I I sacrificed the music part. I'm gonna try to fill that in for I'm gonna see where I can put that next season, and so yeah, and so yeah, I'll do I'll probably do like a little mini one um in one of the shows. So on at the end of the on the on Tuesday maybe, don't know. So, but anyways, I will see you all tomorrow. and everything. So, um, have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace. Have a good night, everybody. Love you all.